We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello, this is the Unit 1, Module 1 Motherboard. Today we learn these objectives: overview of computer, define motherboard, function of motherboard, components of motherboard, and motherboard type. So first, we learn overview of computer. Start with the basic terminology. Computer. Computer is an electronic device that manipulates data according to a list of instructions. So it can store, retrieve and process the data. So it is a one type of machine. So it manipulates the data, okay, according to given instructions. Now hardware. Hardware is a physical component of computer. We can touch the computer. So that component is called hardware devices such as monitor, keyboard and memory chips. Also floppy disk drive, chip drive, CD-ROM drive, they are also the hardware devices. Now software. Software means it refers to the set of instructions or programs to perform on particular task, such as Microsoft tools, such as Microsoft Dreamweaver application, Microsoft Visual Studio 2010, and so many softwares are available on a computer, so that perform some instructions. So they are the software. Now firmware. It is a low level and combination of software and hardware, that is called firmware. So firmware means it is neither a software and nor a hardware, such as ROM, EPROM, BIOS. They are the example of firmware. Now history of computer. So there are 5 generations of computer. First generation is 1946 to 1958. Second generation 1959 to 1964. Third generation 1965 to 1970. Fourth generation 1970 as today, and fifth generation today to the future. First generation. In the first generation, the computers are used vacuum tubes. They are very large machines. It characterized by the vacuum tube. So they are used vacuum tube as they were unreliable and require a lot of power to run and produced too much heat. So their adequate air conditioning was critical to protect the computer parts. So it used punch cards as a storage medium. Compared to the today's computers, they had slow input and output devices. So they were very slow in processing and small storage capacities. Second generation. In the second generation, the computers are between the 1959 to 1963. They are they were categorized by the transistors instead of the vacuum tubes. So transistors were very small, less expensive and generated less heat and required a very little power. So one transistor replaced the equivalent of 40 vacuum tubes, so allowing the computers to become a smaller, faster, cheaper and produce a less heat. So high-speed card readers, printers and magnetic taps were introduced in the second generation. The software was also improved in the second generation. The compiler languages such as COBOL and Fortran were also developed in the second generation computer. So high level languages are also used in the second generation. Third generation. Transistors were generating a heat which damaged the computer's sensitive internal parts. So they were placed on a silicon chips. That silicon chips are called semiconductors. So which drastically increased the speed and efficiency of the computers. It's much smaller and cheaper compared to the second generation computers. So magnetic tap and disk completely replaced punch cards as external storage devices. And operating system and advanced programming language such as BASIC are introduced in the third generation. The fourth generation. Fourth generation as a 1971 to up to present. So the microprocessor brought the fourth generation of computers as thousands of integrated circuits, means IC, were built onto a single silicon chip. As these small computers become very powerful, they could be linked together to form a network, so which eventually led to the development of the internet. So in the fourth generation, large scale and very large scale integrated circuits is the feature of fourth generation computer. Microprocessor that contain the memory, logic and control circuits that introduced in the fourth generation computer. The CPU on a single chip and graphical user interface present in the fourth generation computer. Now, classification of computer. There are four different sizes of computer. First, supercomputer, mainframe computer, mini computer and microcomputer. So in a supercomputer, it is the biggest and most powerful and fastest computer as it is as big as room. So a supercomputer is mainframe computer that has been optimized for speed and processing power. So very typical applications and it handles a very large databases or a great amount of computations. Okay, so most of supercomputers is a multiple computers that work parallelly. It is operated at 3.9 trillion operations per second and 15,000 times faster than the average PC. So it consists of 5,800 processors containing a total of 2.6 trillion bytes of memory. So supercomputer is used in weather forecasting, nuclear power stations, military simulations and research laboratories and animation of movies. Mainframe computer. Mainframe computer is a large, powerful computer that handles the processing for many users simultaneously, and main computer is sometimes called big iron. So it is a high performance computer which require a greater availability and security than personal computer. As a bulk of data processing such as census, industry and consumer statistics, enterprise resource planning and transaction processing, the mainframe computer are used. This is, this is also used in a government organizations to perform a complex task. Mini computers. This is smaller than the mainframe computer but bigger than the microcomputer. It can be used by many people at the same time. It is not as expensive as mainframe. So it is used in a university, polytechnics, companies, etc. It is used for scientific research and also in places like banks and large organizations. Microcomputer. Microcomputer is the smallest type of computer and it is not fast and costly as mini computers. It can be used at home, office, school, etc. It can serve only one person at a time, and so can be called personal computer. So peripherals such as keyboard, mouse, monitor and system units are a part of microcomputer system. These are the examples of microcomputer: desktop computer, laptop computer and palm top computer. Now, second topic is ports and connecting devices. A port is a physical docking point using which an external device can be connected to the computer. We can connect the external device to the computer using the port. Now, examples are serial port. Serial port, it used for external modems and older computer mouse. Two versions are 9 pin and 25 pin. Data travels at 115 kilobytes per second. Second is a parallel port. Parallel port used for scanners and printers. It's also called a printer port. 25 pin model is present in a parallel port. And IEEE 1284 component centropics port. PS2 type port. PS2 type port used for the old computer keyboard and mouse. It is also called a mouse port. And old computer provide two types of PS2 port, each for the mouse and keyboard. Universal serial bus port. It can connect all kinds of external USB devices such as external hard disk, printer, scanner, mouse, keyboard, etc. So data travels at 12 megabytes per second. Now VGA port. VGA port means it connects a computer to a computer's video card. It has 15 holes. Similar to the serial port connector, however, serial port connector has pins and VGA port has holes. So this is the difference between serial port and VGA port. Firewire port. Firewire port transfers the large amount of data at very high speed. Connects the camcorders and video equipment to the computer. It travels the data at 400 to 800 megabits per second. It has three variants: 4-pin Firewire 400 connector, 6-pin Firewire 400 connector and 9-pin Firewire 800 connector. Now, modem port. Modem port connects a PC's modem to the telephone network. Ethernet port, it connects a network and high-speed internet. So, it is used as a network cable device. This port resides on a Ethernet card. It travels the data at 10 megabits to 1000 megabits per second and depending upon the network bandwidth. Motherboard is a printed circuit board that is the foundation of computer, and it allows the CPU, RAM and all other computer hardware components to function and communicate with each other. It is one type of mainboard or a system board. It connects all devices in a computer and it can handle communication through the electrical signals between the devices, ports and slots. This is the figure of motherboard. Here we see there are various components in the motherboard. This is the CMOS battery. This is the north bridge. This is the south bridge. This is the input output panel connector. This is the CPU fan connector. This is the PCI Express bus. This is the PCI slots. So their components are main components in the motherboard. Other components are memory and their slots, expansion card, CPU and slots, BIOS chip, CMOS battery, power connector, keyboard connector, mouse connector, hard disk drive and floppy disk drive connector, expansion slots, peripheral ports and slots, jumpers and DIP switches, Now introduce each and every component in briefly. So memory and their slots. The computer means is one type of most important part, RAM. Okay. So the number of memory chips of a motherboard, it depends on the type of computer and its capacity. There are slots are usually white and black and very close to each other. The most common types of RAM are SDRAM and DDR for desktop computers. Expansion slots. It is a connection or port inside a computer on the motherboard, or it can also called as riser card. It provides installation point for a hardware expansion card to be connected. However, this can be into the motherboard. It depends on the type of circuitry. CPU and their slots. The CPU and sockets is highly prolific part of the computer. So it is located right on the motherboard. BIOS chip. BIOS is a ROM chip found on the motherboards. So BIOS includes instruction on how to load basic computer hardware. It directs the CPU with respect to how it relates with other parts of the computer. The BIOS is fixed on the board. It is usually written on the chip. CMOS battery. CMOS, short form. CMOS, short for complementary metal oxide semiconductor, is a small amount of memory on a computer motherboard, and that stores the BIOS setting and hardware configuration settings. The CMOS memory keep very important setting in the computer such as date and time in such a way that when the computer is switched off, such system settings are maintained. The memory most always has power on. So if a computer loses correct time and date, for example, it is an indication that the CMOS battery is weak. Power supply and connectors. So this is the electrical unit of the system. So it is the unit that supplies the power as required for the smoothing running of a computer. So it is that the system unit will not power on. Jumpers. Jumpers are used to configure the settings for a computer peripherals such as the motherboard, hard drives, modems, sound cards, and other components. Peripheral and their slots. The functions performed by the computer require in most cases an external device connection, either for uploading or downloading to. The peripheral parts are the USB, serial port, parallel port, Ethernet, video card, sound card, game port. Next, form factors. Form factor means the size and shape of the actual motherboard. It also specifies what type of case and power supply will be supplied. Most common form factors are AT, Baby AT, ATX, LPX, NLX, and BTX. AT motherboard, short for Advanced Technology. AT is an IBM computer first introduced in 1984. Base of model computer containing 80386 processor, 256 of RAM and 1.2 MB floppy disk drive. AT motherboard form factor is found in older computers. Some of the problems with this form factor mainly arose the physical size of the board, so which is 12-inch wide, often causing the board to overlap with space required to the drive base. This makes installation, troubleshooting and upgrading more difficult. This is the figure of AT motherboard. Baby AT motherboard. A Baby AT motherboard is 8.5 inch wide and 13 inch long. The reduced weight means much less overlap in most cases with the drive base. Although there usually is still some overlap at the front of the case. So BB80 motherboards are distinguished by their shapes and usually by the presence of single full-size keyboard connector soldered on the board. So serial and parallel port connectors are almost always attached using the cables. The ATX motherboard. The ATX motherboard, created in 1995, was developed by the Baby 80 form factor. The ATX is basically Baby 80 rotated in 90 degree and providing a new mounting configuration for the power supply, and the processor is relocated away from the expansion slots, allowing them to hold the full length add-in cards. The ATX motherboard includes advanced control facilities where the BIOS program continually checks the CPU temperature and voltages. Relocation of memory and CPU creating better ventilation and easier to upgrade. Power management possible with the proper BIOS support. This is the figure of ATX motherboard. Now LPX motherboard. The LPX form factor is found in low profile cases. Means desktop model as opposed to a mini tower computer with a riser card arrangement for expansion cards, where expansion boards run parallel to the motherboard. While there allows for smaller cases, it also limits the number of expansion slots available. Most LPX motherboards have sound and video integrated onto the motherboard. So the LPX form factor is not suited to upgrading and offer poor cooling. This is the figure of LPX type motherboard. NLX. New low profile extended. The NLX form factor uses riser board, which motherboard plugs into instead being onto the motherboard. This allowed the motherboard to be removed from the computer without having to remove all expansion cards, and supported motherboard that can be removed without using tools. For NLX, still uses the same general design as LPX with a smaller motherboard and riser card for expansion cards. The riser card is pushed to one extreme edge of the motherboard. The NLX form factor, unlike LPX, is an actual standard, which means that there is a more component option for upgrading and repair. BTX motherboard. BTX is a balanced technology extended form factor. It developed to take advantage of technologies such as serial ATA, USB, PCI Express, and changes to the layout with the BTX form factor include better component placement for back panel input-output controllers. Initially, there will be three types of motherboard offered in BTX form factor: Pico BTX, Micro BTX, and regular BTX.